Hi there, it is Thursday, February 10th, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I like to give national forecasts, kind of talking about what's going on around the country because it's fun. I'm a meteorologist who lives in Nashville, Tennessee. So welcome to my channel. Feel free to subscribe. But let's go ahead and get right into what's going on. The first thing we're going to talk about is a clipper system that's happening, well, right now. All right, guys, here it is. There's that clipper, and you can see there's already snow falling in parts of Wisconsin into Minnesota, and this is mainly going to be impacting the upper Midwest. So they've got some winter weather advisories going on, and behind this system, there's going to be some snow as well with some trailing cold fronts and some cold air kind of meeting up with a little bit of moisture. Also, some really windy conditions there in Montana. But the big story, of course, is just going to be how much snow is, this going to produce. And it really depends on where you're at, but it's a clipper system, and we call them clippers for a reason. They just kind of clip the area and they move in and out pretty quickly. You see that heaviest snow this afternoon over eastern Minnesota, and then it moves into Wisconsin this evening into the overnight hours, and you'll see that moving over into Michigan. The UP probably going to be the big winner when it comes to snowfall totals, but this pushes east and then it'll produce a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of snow for the north and east, and you'll see some snow in behind this as we head into Friday evening and maybe even into early Saturday morning in some areas, but not going to be a huge snowmaker, but it'll give you a couple of inches or more in some spots. So this is the National Weather Service's forecast for snow. So you can see Minneapolis or Minnesota seeing 3 to 4 inches there in that eastern corner, that northeastern corner. Northern Wisconsin, 2 to 3 inches. The UP could see half a foot in some spots. And then as you go into the little oven mitt of Michigan, you could see 4 or 5 inches. So maybe a little more in some spots. But a lot of folks seeing, 1 inch or less. That's what we're looking at with that little clipper system. It's called a clipper for a reason, guys. It just kind of moves in, out in the upper Midwest. So used to it. But just a heads up, you're picking up some snow, and it should be fun to play with. Now, let's take a look at what's going on as we head into Valentine's Day. So I'm going to pause here and just kind of give you a little bit of background. A lot of folks were saying that, hey, there might be something big happening as we head into Valentine's Day weekend. Valentine's Day is Monday, so Sunday into Monday, the models were showing the potential for maybe a nor'easter to pop up. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So this is vorticity, and this just kind of gives you an idea of what the atmosphere is working with. And you see that little trough developing there. You want to see it kind of tilt the other way and become negatively tilted. And that does happen, but it happens when it's out over the Atlantic. So it kind of is a little bit more progressive. It's not going to ride up the East Coast like you would see with a powerful nor'easter. That doesn't mean you're not going to see some snow, but it's just not going to be a big storm. I think a lot of us are okay with that. We've had a really busy year so far east of the Mississippi. This is Sunday in the morning. This is 6 a.m. You can see North Carolina and Virginia. You're seeing some good snow even up into Delmarva. I don't think it's going to be snow-free by any means, but it's not going to be a big, record breaker, blockbuster of a storm. It's just kind of pushing out to the Atlantic. Now, let's talk about the Super Bowl forecast. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over those graphics and we'll get right into it. So now we are going to talk about Super Bowl Sunday. So if you're going to LA, it's going to be hot, y'all. Look at this. These are unusually warm temperatures. So this is 3 o'clock on Super Bowl Sunday, and you can see temperatures are well into the 80s. We're talking mid 80s, and for folks in Southern California this time of year, that's actually pretty steamy. That's a good 20 degrees above what you would typically see. So that's the anomaly there. Notice you see 18, 20. That's quite a bit warmer than normal. And they have heat advisories. So if you are going to the game, make sure you are staying hydrated and that you are prepared because it's probably going to be a little bit hotter than you expect. Another thing you're going to be seeing is really gusty winds. Santa Anas are going. That is going to increase fire hazard, fire danger in a lot of Southern California. So you could see gusts probably at the game, maybe 30, 40 miles an hour, but some folks could see up to 65 mile per hour wind gusts on Sunday. So that's what we're looking at for Super Bowl Sunday. A pretty boring forecast in terms of rain. It's going to be dry, but it's going to be steamy. It is unusually warm for folks in that area. So just a heads up, you got that heat in place and you're really going to feel it on Sunday as well, or into Sunday, I should say. Next, let's take a look at what's going to be happening into next week. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on next week. So right now I have this starting on Monday morning. So that is Valentine's Day morning. And you can see there's a little bit of storminess on the East Coast. We just talked about, the system that isn't really going to be a big deal on Valentine's Day. But, out west, looking nice and quiet. We got a ridge going on and things stay pretty quiet, a little lull. But look at what's going on by Tuesday out west. So when you see this dark blue here, a lot of times that's indicating some storminess moving through. That nice orange color, that's usually a nice ridge, high pressure. Things are quiet, but we're seeing a little system starting to wind up by midweek. And check this out. Yeah, it's going as we head into Thursday into Friday. So we're going to be watching this pretty carefully. Let's take a look at something else. We'll take a look at our vorticity just to kind of give you an idea of where that energy is heading in. So this is going to be a setup for some stormy weather possibly as we head into the middle part to end of next week. And there's a lot of questions with this. How intense is it going to be? What are we going to see? Is it going to be rain? Is it going to be storms? Is it going to be severe weather? That's going to be a possibility in some parts. So the thing I want to show you right now is actually a comparison, and we're going to switch the view real quick. Here are two models that I pay the most attention to, and I think a lot of folks who, commonly look at weather are aware that Euro and GFS are usually what forecasters keep an eye on when it comes to long range, but of course we keep an eye on the Canadian model as well. But this is actually Thursday morning, and you can see pretty stormy there in Texas. They're in okay agreement at this point. Euro's on the left, so it looks a little stronger at this point, but we're going to see a cold side to this system, and we're going to see possibly a stormy side to this system from the Gulf Coast up into the Ohio Valley. Big question marks on whether we're going to see any severe weather with this. Still too soon to know for sure, but we are going to see some cold air in behind there, possibly some snow, some ice. The models are in pretty good agreement for this time. Now, there are differences between the two, but it looks like we have a pretty good handle on what might be happening middle of next week. So, end of the story, you need to be paying attention midweek for maybe some changes, maybe some storminess, anywhere from the Gulf Coast up into the Ohio Valley, into Texas, middle of the week, toward the end of the week. We're going to be watching that system pretty carefully. So that's going to be next in line as a possibly, impactful system. We'll see. Of course, things can change, especially at this point. A week out, the models, they are showing a signal. It is not a guarantee at this point. So thank you for watching this video. And, I'm always trying to improve. I will be getting a better handle on how to record these and edit them. But I hope you like it. And, just subscribe, enjoy, and stay well, my friends.